In 1907, a repentance revival blazed in Pyongyang, the capital city of North Korea. 3,000 houses of worship, 700 pastors, and 300,000 Christians flourished in the city alone. It was so great that Pyongyang became known as the Jerusalem of the East. 3 years later, Japan invaded, and persecution of the Christians was brutal. Multitudes were martyred for their faith. At the end of World War II, Kim Il-sung became the leader of North Korea, and communism began to choke the nation. Citizens were no longer free to think, say, or do what they wanted. Religion was banned. Thousands of Christians were murdered, and an exodus of believers fled to South Korea. By 1960, there were no houses of worship in North Korea. 3 generations later, and Kim Jong-un is now in charge, and the North Koreans continue to be one of the most oppressed people in the world. To this day, the 25 million population are taught there are no other gods other than the Kim family. It is the law to worship and bow before their statues in the capital city. The Kim's portraits must hang in every household to be prayed to and thanked for their loving kindness, even though 40% of the nation is undernourished. Citizens are brainwashed with lies and propaganda against the Christian faith. In kindergarten, children are taught that missionaries are spies who brand children with hot irons. The history books teach that the soldiers who invaded Korea were actually American missionaries. In 1992, the evangelist Billy Graham visited North Korea. Later, the North Korean media reported that Billy Graham affirmed Kim was God and so perfect in his ideas that North Korea did not need a Bible. There are public executions. Some lawbreakers are shot in the head. Their crime? For loving Jesus. It is illegal to own a Bible, a crime to possess handwritten scriptures. If you are caught singing, talking, or reading about Jesus, you will be imprisoned, tortured, raped, starved, worked to death, and your family will be punished for your crimes. Despite the dangers, there are up to 400,000 Christians in North Korea, 70,000 of which are in prison, a modern-day concentration camp. Many North Koreans escape the heavily guarded country but risk being trafficked, pimped, or caught by Chinese police and deported back to be brutally punished. Escaping North Korea is like escaping another world, and many refugees struggle to survive. Suicide rates of North Korean refugees have tripled because the trauma and the discrimination is too much. In the Bible days, Jesus saw the downfall of Israel's Jerusalem, and he wept. He sees Pyongyang, North Korea's Jerusalem, and he weeps. What will you do?